All right, I have got 11:15, so let's get moving. Thank you all for joining us. This is Sponsor Lightning Session B. I'm Susan Terry. I'm handle e-resources and serials at UNC Asheville. Thanks for coming to the conference. So this session is going to move pretty fast. So save your questions. We're going to do a question and answer session at the very end, but go ahead and pop your questions in the chat and we'll address those. So let's get moving. Ben is first, so take it away.
Okay, great. Thank you, Susan.
Absolutely.
So I'm the regional sales manager for IOP in the Eastern US and all of Canada. And today I'll be discussing a little bit about transformative agreements and also our latest ebook packages. So last year, I started off by mentioning that in our mission, we work closely with the scientific community all around the world as we are an international publisher. And that's been at the core of our publishing activity for more than a century. So a lot changes in a year. And that's not to say that we're backing off the scientific community. That'd be kind of strange, but quite the opposite. More so, it's the exciting new way we are embracing our authors and potential authors here in the US. And that's by taking a big step forward to discuss the opportunity to do transformative agreements. So that would be one half of what I'll be discussing this morning. And also, I just wanted to do a quick spiel on our latest ebook collections. We feature a set of AAS titles as we did last year, and alongside our regular IOP titles also. So first, we will discuss the transformative agreements. So in regard to those, I'll call them TAs for short, we've had our eye on the proliferation of these agreements for years now. As it seems the traditional read-only types of subscriptions may be more broadly coming to an end sooner rather than later in many places. I believe I saw, at least in one of the sessions today, maybe a couple, they pertain to open access. And of course, there were several sessions regarding TAs at last conference I was involved in back in Charleston last year. So anyway, since 2014, we've been doing these types of arrangements around the globe, with the very first one being in Austria. We've written up a couple hundred now across 15 different countries, with a Canadian consortium being the most recent one just a couple of months ago. And that expands our reach over to North America. So these feature unlimited hybrid and gold publishing. We don't have any going on in the US right now, but we are in the midst of several exciting talks and conversations with some of our customers, though. And our aim really is to unburden the authors with the task of payment, which can be challenging to say the least. We wonder about the types of papers we may have received had some authors had the means to do it, but unfortunately never came to be due to the lack of funds. So this is where we would aim to work with the library in order to mitigate that charge and to make it less of the author's responsibility and keeping the subscription costs at a reasonable level. So as far as the workflow is concerned, once the agreement is set up, one benefit is that there's no administration by the researchers or library staff at the participating institutions. We will identify all the qualifying articles and publish them by default on an open access basis. We also offer the services of IOP's Global Transformative Agreement Success Manager. I didn't come up with that title, by the way, along with regional marketing executives, and I'd even be happy to chip in myself, all in an effort to provide support and assistance for the agreements, as well as optional online training webinars or workshops for librarians and authors. Of course, we'll have quarterly reporting and annual statements on eligible articles published by the researchers. Okay, so that's TAs. Now, with ebooks, shifting over to this, we have 110 books of the IOP variety included in 2022, all in multiple formats, of course. There's a couple examples right there. Thermodynamic cycles for renewable energy technologies and turbulent flows. An introduction are a couple of the popular ebook titles we have in this year's package. And as far as the AAS is concerned, we have 10 books in that set. We've had 4 total AAS collections since 2017. There was one that year in 2018. And also last year and this year, we're providing a AAS option also. And that's just one example there: gravitational waves in physics and astrophysics. And that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to discuss this morning. If you have any questions or comments about anything I covered, there's my information right there. Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Great, thanks very much, Ben.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Next up, we've got Dawn with Proquest. If you want to share your slides for us.
Okay, I'm unmuted, and next step, sharing. And let me know.
I see it. Can you set it to the presentation mode so that?
Yep, sorry about that. I was just
No
trying
worries.
to do that when you asked for that. Can you see it now in presentation mode?
Not yet.
Okay. Let me.
If you go to the home.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry. It's
no worries. Perfect. All right.
And of course, I can no longer see my slides though. I'm so sorry. Okay. Did it stop sharing?
It did.
Sorry about this. We'll try one more time. Everybody take a sip of their morning coffee.
I mean, it'll work like this. If this is how it needs to be, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to try one more time. Okay, can you now see?
It's still in your view, but we can roll with that. It's okay.
What's going on? I'm really sorry. It's just not, my button's not working for this. Hang on. This is not a view I'm used to. Okay, now.
Looks good.
Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Now that you've seen me for a couple of minutes, I'm Dawn Zahner, the account manager for North Carolina Higher Education Libraries, and I'm happy to share what's new at Proquest. We do have our What's New brochure on the conference app, and I'll provide my email at the end of our 5 minutes in case you have questions or would like more information about anything. As part of Proquest's ongoing effort to listen and respond to customers and user feedback, we're pleased to announce some exciting changes to the Proquest platform. These new enhancements are available to help users better view and interact with full text documents and more easily navigate the platform. We offer a free service called Title Matching Fast. We can map your ISBNs and ISSNs against our electronic collections and provide you detailed reports that are great tools for collection development decisions and strategy. We continue to add new functionality to our text and data mining tool, TDM Studio. Researchers of all levels are now able to perform data analysis, quickly spot trends, and generate insights through the use of interactive data visualizations. TDM Studio also provides a development environment designed for researchers with coding experience using R or Python. This interface provides access to Proquest content, including current and historical newspapers, dissertations, primary sources, and more. Additionally, users can quickly create data sets of millions of documents within hours instead of months, so it saves a lot of time and resources. Academic Video Online is the most comprehensive video subscription available to libraries. It delivers unlimited access to 78,000 titles spanning from anthropology to zoology, and we're adding titles all the time. Its predictable annual cost includes a build by choice perpetual ownership feature, media hosting service, on-demand audio description, and more, giving libraries a high return on investment. We are excited to continue our partnership with PBS, now offering life of file ownership that will secure access to all titles in the collection permanently. Our new Proquest Black Studies subscription contains amazing archival collections like the papers of the NAACP and historical Black newspapers, allowing students at all levels to make research discoveries. We have topic pages, timelines, collection page functionality, and make this incredibly rich content accessible for teaching and research from the beginning undergraduate all the way to the advanced graduate student and professor. Proquest One Business is a new solution designed to support the unique teaching and learning needs of business faculty and students, and we are proud that in 2021, the database was named one of the best new products by Charleston Advisor readers. Proquest One Literature, a 2020 best database by Library Journal, brings together the most comprehensive collection of primary texts, ebooks, reference sources, full text journals, dissertations, and videos, including 1 million pages of primary text from diverse and underrepresented authors, which offers a unique perspective to a more traditional literary canon. We have a new National Theater collection and are releasing a new addition to our classical music scores library. Our Nursing and Allied Health Premium database provides an interface designed specifically for these faculty and students. And we continue to add resources to our popular SciTech Premium and Social Science Premium subscriptions. We continue to add new resources to Academic Complete in our ebook subscription. And we are very proud to have O'Reilly for Higher Education named as a go-to tech database by Library Journal. O'Reilly for Higher Education includes 45,000 titles and over 30,000 hours of video. DEI is a difficult area to collect in because there are not simple, clear metadata tags for this interdisciplinary subject area. There are no LC class or subject heading range for this. We've done the heavy lifting of curating around various DEI topics, making collection development easier for either subscription or individual title purchases. We have a DEI subscription and have a special offer for the Carolina Consortium members through the end of June. And we also have a current promotion for the purchase of DEI ebooks. We do have a spring promotion for our primary source collections with many of our excellent historical periodical magazine archives, historical newspapers, History Vault collections, and Alexander Street collections up to 40% off. Our magazine archives include article level indexing with color page images and searchable text. The Rolling Stone includes coverage from the first issue in 1967 to the present. The Empire and Commonwealth Magazine Archive covers the latter period of the British Empire and the post-colonial era, including the experience of decolonization. We recently digitized the Asheville Citizen Times and have other new international titles like Le Monde and the forthcoming Hindustan Times. We continue to add collections in our Trends and Policy line, and Queer Past is our newest primary source collection in gender studies. We continue to grow collections in this area via our magazine archives and History Vault collections. We continue to release excellent History Vault collections in other areas. If you have questions about anything or I can help provide more information, please email me. And if you don't want to miss out on what's new with Proquest, go ahead and opt in and we'll send you information as it comes available. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dawn. Perfect timing. All right, so next up, we've got Maria with Research Solutions and Reprints Desk. You are on top of things. All right, take it away.
Well, of course, now I can't see my notes, but hi, everyone. I'm Maria Hatfield. Thank you for joining me here along with the other vendors at the NC Serials Conference. I will be presenting the Research Solutions Academic Library Products, your collection development safety net. We're fairly new to sponsoring here, so it's going to be an introduction to our products. So here's a brief introduction to Research Solutions. For those of you that are already familiar with us as Reprints Desk, we are still the same company. We're just transitioning to the name Research Solutions. So in the interim, we've got both names. The dream is that libraries would be able to afford to subscribe to everything they need, or it would be available open access. Instead, libraries have carefully curated collections to stay within budget to meet some, but not all patron needs. So how do you provide access to journal and ebook chapters for which you don't currently have a subscription? How can you supplement your existing subscriptions, enabling utilization of just-in-time collection strategies and provide continuity of access to your patrons? Article Galaxy Academic Collection and Article Galaxy Scholar are the solutions that you're looking for. So whether you're looking for a mediated or unmediated access solution, here's what we can offer to academic libraries. With affordable prices at or below publisher paywall amounts and fast delivery, we provide solutions to meet faculty and student needs. Book chapters are available for document delivery through our academic collection. Journal article document delivery is available through both the academic collection and AGS. Articles are delivered within seconds to minutes. For all your mediated document delivery needs, our academic collection can be easily integrated with any third-party vendors in the ILL world. Easy to set up with no implementation or platform fee, You only pay for the articles ordered monthly. We also offer unmediated integrations with other discovery and linking partners like Clarivate and EBSCO. One of the advantages to using our academic collection is gaining access to print materials from around the world. With our Beyond the AG collection, we can utilize our long-standing relationships to get print materials delivered to you rapidly. As the automated sibling to the original Article Galaxy academic collection, Article Galaxy Scholar, our newest product, offers libraries an unmediated option for easy and affordable fulfillment at the article level. The AGS platform is easy to implement and integrates with any library tool, technology, or service, all for a modest annual platform fee plus monthly article purchases. A fluid user experience is made possible by multi-factor settings managed by your library in an easy-to-use administrator interface. Settings for those journals and publishers outside your holdings can be customized to match up with your library's link resolver, which would direct to Article Galaxy Scholar for fulfillment. Working in concert with your existing link resolver and library discovery services, Article Galaxy Scholar can extend your holdings at the article level without duplicating expense or increasing demand on your interlibrary loan resources and bring document delivery into your workflow. AGS allows libraries to stay on budget and strategically control spend by providing librarians customization options to configure user, journal, publisher, and purchasing settings. It lets you develop a solid plan for a variety of access options to work with your unique library policies. One librarian described Article Galaxy Scholar as a link resolver extension. AGS addresses the common institutional challenges of scaling remote learning and maintaining continuity of access as libraries continually adapt, doing more with less. You can limit the number of requests fulfilled by purchase or interlibrary loan, and purchases are only transacted for those with a confirmed user profile. Libraries can make evidence-based collection development decisions with the insightful data provided in our summary reports. Both AGS and the academic collection better prepares libraries to respond to user demand for immediacy and speed in content access, while not breaking the bank and still facilitating access beyond your collection. If you like what you've seen, please contact us for more information or a live demo. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. All right, next up, we have got Lee with Sage. Take it away. Looks good.
Okay, so hi, and thank you for participating in the lightning rounds. I'm Lee Sutherland. I'm one of 2 Southeast Library Sales Managers here at Sage. For the next 5 minutes, we're going to explore our newest bundled offer, Sage Explore. Is your library building a collection with quality multimodal resources to support the unique learning styles and accessibility needs of your patrons? Is it an added hurdle to ensure that your resources serve faculty, students, and researchers across campus and departments? And most importantly, is this process of adding new resources time-consuming and costly? Answering yes to these questions is exactly why we created Sage Explore, an affordable solution with in-demand content to support each learning modality across business, the social and behavioral and health sciences landscape. Sage Explore offers books and reports for those who learn by reading. It offers videos for visual and auditory learners. And it offers cases and data sets for students who learn by doing. And we do so in one single affordable subscription. And if you're wondering what the Sage Explore collection includes, Well, it includes cases from our SAGE research methods and SAGE business cases. It includes streaming video from our 11 subject video collections, plus the 4 video collections found in SAGE research methods. It includes data sets, both teaching data sets from SAGE research methods, as well as the 13.5 billion data sets found in Data Planet. Also included are books and reference titles found in our SAGE Knowledge and SAGE Research Methods platform, and thousands of reports from our newest resource, SAGE Skills Business, and the entire CQ Press library. And finally, from SAGE Campus, you'll find over 125 hours of pre-built instructor-led, self-paced courses, including 6 data literacy courses, 9 research skills courses, and 11 data science skills courses. SAGE Explore is a solution that ties directly to the mission of SAGE, building bridges to knowledge. We do so by being an independent publisher with the ability to take a long view approach to address the publishing needs in higher education. We do so by giving your library an incredible value to have access to all of these SAGE resources at around 80% off of individual subscription pricing. We do so by helping your library meet institutional goals such as student affordability, engagement, and student success. We do so by providing students with a strong emphasis on critical thinking and information literacy. And finally, we do so by providing unparalleled research methods resources from the world's leading research methods publisher. Take a look at the screen and at the 14 subject areas represented in SAGE Explore with over 40,000 pieces of in-demand content. And ask, how many of these subject areas are part of your curriculum? And where do you have gaps presently? And finally, could SAGE Explore be that solution? Are you ready to explore SAGE Explore? If so, reach out to either Kathy or me to get the conversation started. Thank you again for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got SimplyAnalytics with Juan.
All righty. Good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So first, I want to begin by giving you an idea of SimplyAnalytics. So really, the philosophy of SimplyAnalytics was born out of this need to make data actually approachable and easy to use. So the history of companies leveraging data probably dates back probably like 100 years at this point. And I think initially it was very siloed and really unapproachable for most people. And that's the idea of SimplyAnalytics. So think about 16 years ago now is when SimplyAnalytics really began. And it was born out of that need to basically make this world of data more accessible to all users. So how do we do that? Well, we do that by developing this platform, right? And a lot of you are probably already familiar with SimplyAnalytics. But the idea is we partner with these different data companies like Dun & Bradstreet and Nielsen and MRI Simmons. We are able to take the data from those different silos, right? Put it into our platform in a way that allows users to create maps and charts and different types of reports as well. So it's a really wonderful type of tool, especially for librarians and professors to give students access to this real-world sort of enterprise platforms with this enterprise data. Now, I'm not going to read this slide that you see here, but it's just giving you an idea of the type of data that we have available. Now, generally speaking, it's going to be broken down into a few different areas. So things like demographics, spending, consumer behavior, but we also have more niche data like really specific hospital discharge data. We have weather data even. And so it's really fascinating to be able to commingle these different types of data sets in one platform. Now, the newest type of data that we have is going to be these crosstabs. And we're really excited about that because we find that a lot of people actually ask about crosstabs without knowing what a crosstab is. And that's totally okay. So people on the help desk will ask me questions like, well, I wish I knew how many 18 to 24-year-olds preferred the brand Red Bull, right? And that's actually a crosstab. So we're cross-tabbing age and consumer behavior. And before, you couldn't really do that in SimplyAnalytics, but now we actually have some data sets that enable you to do that. So it's a really wonderful, fascinating new data sets that we offer. Now, of course, these are all available for trials, so please feel free to reach out if that is something you're interested in. Now, the data that I've mentioned briefly, this demographic and spending, well, there's a geographic element to it, right? Meaning, if you have a data variable like the percentage of people who speak Spanish, well, that's a data variable, and it needs to be tied to some sort of geography, right? So things like your zip code or your census tract. The nice thing is we have the entire ACS built in, the American Community Survey, and you're able to interact with that using geographic units like school districts. You can build custom locations with school districts, which is really mind-blowing because you could look up data on, what percentage of people don't have access to a computer in your school district. So it's really incredible to be able to find different types of insights using different data. Now, what can you actually do with that data? Well, you can do a lot, to be sure. And I just have a couple of questions that you can see here on my screen. So things like, where should I locate my business? How many people in my county take public transit to work? How many pizza restaurants are there within a 1, 3, 5 mile radius around a certain location? And you might be wondering, well, how could, things like, identifying how many pizza restaurants are within a radius, how would that be useful? Well, this is something that companies and political campaigns have been using for decades. And the idea now is your students and your researchers now have access to a product like this that sort of gives them a peek behind the curtain, right? I mean, companies, political campaigns have been using platforms that have the exact same data for decades, and now your students are able to do that. So this whole slideshow is available. So definitely check it out. I think it's like 18 slides or something, but thank you very much, and I hope you have a great show.
Thank you, Juan, much appreciated. All right, next up, we've got Dave with Springshare.
Thank you so much, Susan. And I want to thank our audience for taking the time to attend this presentation by myself and my fellow vendors. My name is Dave. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Springshare, and I want to thank all of you who use any Springshare products, which of course is many of you there in the Tar Heel State. Now, when librarians think of Springshare, they probably think of our LibGuides subject guide creation tool, or our virtual reference platform, Lib Answers, or LibCal. But of course, Springshare has about 11 products in total. And the one we're going to highlight today is our data analytics tool, Lib Insight. So if you haven't heard of Lib Insight, I really hope to pique your interest. Lib Insight is, as the slide says, a comprehensive data storage, retrieval, analysis, and reporting tool. It currently has 15 different data set types. It is both Counter 4 and Counter 5 compliant. We have 2 Counter 4 data set types and a Counter 5 data set type. It is fully supports Sushi integration. As one librarian said to me during a presentation, it's set it and forget it once you set up the connection with Sushi. And if you're someone at your library who has to go to each vendor, download the statistics, massage them, upload them into some kind of system, then you know what kind of a headache that is. But the Sushi integration really takes a lot of the pain out of that. It also integrates with your other Springshare products, LibGuides, LibAnswers, and LibCal. If you have those, and you also have Lib Insight, then you'll automatically be bringing over top-level statistics from those. In addition, there is a custom data set type. And those of you who have been using Springshare products for a long time may remember or still be using a product we called Lib Analytics. Lib Analytics is now called Lib Insight Lite. So a Lib Insight Lite system is a Lib Insight system which is limited to a fixed number of the custom data set only. I do want to emphasize that with the full Lib Insight, you have unlimited data sets of all data set types, including the custom type. So if currently you have Lib Insight Lite with 5 custom data sets, upgrade to Lib Insight and you'll have unlimited custom data sets. You can widgetize those custom data sets so they can be used to receive information from the public. You can use them for circulation problem, form submission, etc. And Lib Insight features both GET and POST API calls. I mentioned that we have 15 specialized data set types. 3 of them are e-resources, which I mentioned. We also have 3 for ILS integration with the API calls. We can automatically integrate with your ILS vendor if your vendor supports that. You can also very easily upload data into our system, and there's no limit. Just as there's no limit to the number of data sets, there's no limit to the number of to the amount of data that you can upload. I mentioned the integration with Springshare products. We also have specialized data sets for Google Analytics, which will bring in all of your legacy data, for ILL, for gate count, for one which we call the counts aggregate, for analyzing and reporting in tabular data. And if a shared data set type, if you do wish to share between other Lib Insight users, as well as those custom data set types that I mentioned. The reporting tools are fantastic, as you might imagine. Sorry about that. Unlimited reports among all the data set types. You can slice and dice the data any way you want and save reports. There is a cross data set analysis tool so that you can compare data points from up to 4 of the different data sets. Everything can be printed, downloadable, and it's all fully customizable. So you can create those reports and you can share them. And of course, that's an important part of why we're doing all of this data gathering so that we can report to stakeholders. But perhaps the greatest feature of this product is the ability to create public-facing dashboards. You can create shareable custom pages that provide an overview of your library's metrics. You have complete customization control over the background color, the border, whether you have 1, 2, or 3 charts, what kind of charts they are. The data that you're displaying can be for a fixed period, such as fiscal year 2021 to 22, or they can be rolling like the last 2 weeks. You can also break out a data point or statistic, and you can create as many of these dashboards as you wish. So for example, here is a dashboard showing the last 2 weeks of library activity from Massasoit Community College here in Massachusetts. And you can see how nice that is. I see that I'm at my time limit, so I'm just gonna finish by thanking you. And please contact me if you have any questions, or simply visit buzz.springshare.com/Dave. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Much appreciated. All right, up next, we've got Mark with Wiley. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
All right.
Let's see. Dave, we need you to unshare.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the, I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. It should be near the top. Say something like in share.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it was hiding. All right. I apologize. I don't, oh, there it is. Okay.
There we go. All right, take it away, Mark.
That's all right. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you.
Share my screen. All right. Here we go.
I can see it. Do you want to try to put it in presentation mode?
Yeah, that's, I just, there we go.
That, perfect. Thank you.
The lag time in technology, what can I say? All right, thank you all for joining us here. I'm Mark Rothenbuehler. I have been the Wiley Senior Account Manager taking care of North and South Carolina for many, many years now. So my face, my voice, my name, something might seem familiar to a lot of you. The first thing that I'd like to open up here in 2022 for those Carolina Consortium members is, of course, the news, the brand new news, the welcome evolution of publishing that we have achieved here, and that's to get this read and publish deal for all of the participating members. I want to give at the top a very special shout out to Tim Bucknell for helping bring all of this to a fruitful conclusion for this new 3-year license. We're more than happy that we've been able to do this. I believe in the press release, we had noted that this is the very first consortium arrangement that we have in this transition for open access hybrid publishing. And it couldn't be better that it's with the schools here that are participating in North and South Carolina. So everyone still has access to the full text in the journal databases. So 1,400 plus journals are still all available for access for the members. We then have the open access component on top of that. So any of your affiliated authors can publish open access in these journals. It has been integrated seamlessly in the author workflow. So that's one of the things that's, of course, important when the authors are looking at this. We don't want to put in additional hurdles in front of them. They're used to how they submit articles. They're used to the review process. It just gets put in there that the Carolina Consortium has provided a way to do open access at no cost to those authors. Looking at the consortium as a whole, our goal was to get as close, if not at 100% of your publishing output for an entire year as we move ahead with this. So there are 700 articles. You don't need to worry about any fees when it comes to one title might have a higher price in an APC charge than others. It's 700 articles for the consortium, first come, first served basis. So all schools, regardless of your academic type, will be able to get this information. And it's seamless for your license administrators. There's no additional management in there. We've tried to make this as easy, as transparent, kind of like everything, you know, now that you have access to everything in the journal database, you don't need to worry about access denieds. Now that the authors can publish open access, they don't need to worry about how this is coming. And of course, it'll get renewed on for the following year, and the article count will be refreshed at that stage. So thank you all for your help in this. The product that is newest in general for everything that we do here at Wiley is our Wiley Digital Archives. We've partnered currently with about 5 societies. I say about because some of the archives had some additional resources digitized in from outside of the 5 that you're seeing on the screen. The latest one being the British Association of Science. So the BAAS is out there, and it is now live on our archives platform, which is separate from Wiley Online Library. The platform, as you may know, is built from the ground up. With the societies, we've curated the content that they have collected over the years and found useful to make available to their members and to people coming on site to look at their archive. But now that it's digitized, any school can license this information and gain access. So it's not just for those people that have grant money to go and visit an archive out in Europe or wherever. It's available to your faculty, your researchers, your students. We're trying to get this out there so that the students themselves can learn the value of looking at the primary source material and integrating it with the classroom education that you already do. The latest archive, which will be our 6th one, is going to be, again, a partnership among many different libraries that have environmental science archives. It's currently being sourced and digitized. It will probably go live by this time next year. And if we're all around here again, you'll probably hear me talking about it then as well. So there we are with that. In general, with the archives, since the platform itself was built from the ground up, we were able to put in all of the latest and greatest details that we needed to make this such an important piece. So we have the enhanced metadata geotagging on all the maps. We have ATR in getting manuscript writing over to text. For Wiley Online Library in general, we have automated KBART files that can now be sent out. And if you need anything from Wiley, we have a training hub, and you can always contact me for helping out with resources. Thank you very much.
Nice wrap up there, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so next, in theory, we had Wolters Kluwer with Joanne, but she doesn't seem to be here. So we're going to skip ahead and go to Wtcox. Shannon, take it away.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We're at noon, so we're almost at afternoon. I hope everybody's doing okay. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get this going for us. My name is Shannon Case, and I'm the Director of Regional Sales for Wtcox Information Services. I've been with Wtcox for 22 years. If you're familiar with Wtcox, you know what a wonderful company it is, and that's exactly why I've dedicated pretty much my career to this company. We've been in business for over 45 years. We are a North Carolina company. If you're not familiar with us, we are located between Wilmington and Myrtle Beach in that beautiful Calabash area. Lots of golfing and lots of beaches there in that area. So it's just a wonderful place to be and to work. We are very much known for our customer service. We believe that you can buy your materials and your resources, your journals, your newspapers from anywhere. But when you come to Wtcox and you are using a vendor, it is the service that you are paying for. And we take that very seriously. We have an entire team of professionals that work for your library, but we do assign just one customer service representative to your account. It makes you kind of feel like you're our only customer at that point. With that person is focused on your account, very knowledgeable, but they have an entire team of professionals that back them up as well. And that keeps you from having to bounce around from the company to maybe talk to accounting and over talk to someone else about a title and back to someone else for invoicing. So we keep it all with one person. Now, I'm just going to move on and talk about some of the features that we offer. Beginning with Journal Finder. Journal Finder is our A to Z list, a link resolver, and ERM all in one. It gives you all of your journals at one single access point and has a lot of capabilities to it, including direct links to the journal title level for over 90% of the knowledge base of approximately 300,000 e-titles, including most major aggregators. And then it includes over 20,000 open access titles as part of that as well. It has the ability to link from a citation in one commercial database to the library catalog or to the full text article in another database. The ERM portion of Journal Finder is amazing. It's very simple to use. It has a lot of reports that are associated with it. And it's very affordable. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you'll get my information on the last screen and we can talk about it at a later point. Next up is eStats. This is our statistical and analytical harvesting tool. This allows a library to use a user-friendly interface that consolidates counter-compliant statistical reports across all of your publishers. So with usage and spend an analytical tools, you can easily identify the content that your patrons and students are using and access spending across subscriptions, analyze usage trends, and qualify the value of your content purchases. So it really does help when you're trying to analyze your collection as to what you're going to be keeping. Coxnet is our online account management system. That is where you are able to see everything that pertains to your account with Wtcox. You can claim, you can run reports. There's many reports that are in there. A couple of functionalities that I want to mention about Coxnet specifically are the notifications. The notifications is really good. You can sign up for different notifications, what you'd like to know about, and then we push that information out to you. Rather than you having to come into Coxnet and look for information, we're constantly pushing that information out. And specifically about, but not inclusively too, we also, many different things we'll let you know about: invoices, renewals, changes, but we also push out publisher notifications. So if there's a change in publication that you subscribe to, we're going to push that information out to you as soon as we update it in our system. It goes out to every single person that receives that title once we find that there's a change going on. Now, lastly, we offer Magster and Edster. Edster is for our K-12 libraries, and Magster is for everybody else. Edster, let me start with Magster. Magster is a all or nothing digital magazine resource. By what I mean by all or nothing is you're basically paying for a database of magazines, and it's about 7,000 titles. There's a lot of titles that you guys are going to be looking for in there. Some of the great things I like about it is that they offer different editions. So if, for example, if you're looking at Vogue or Better Homes and Gardens, you pull that up, you might also see a European edition accompanying that as well. Also foreign languages as well. So you'll see them in different languages. Also simultaneous users, unlimited users, unlimited downloads. And also one of the other things I'd like to point out is that once your patrons download a magazine from Magster and they're using it, it stays on their device until either the library no longer has a subscription or they delete it off of their device. Now, Edster is just like Magster with the exception that it's been curated for K-12 libraries. So everything that is inappropriate has been removed. It's a much more condensed collection, but that is because we have made it so that it is safe for K-12 schools to have in their libraries. So my name, again, is Shannon Kaysen. I am with Wtcox Information Services. I invite you to find out more about us at wtcox.com, or if you'd like to learn more information and get in contact with us, please reach out at sales@wtcox.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shannon. All right, so let's take a look and see if we have any questions. My co-moderator, Kate Hill, has been gathering questions from Whova. Okay, I've got a question here for Juan from SimplyAnalytics. Can the maps created with SimplyAnalytics be downloaded as images?
Hi, yes, that's a great question. And the answer is yes. So users are able to export their images in PNG, JPEG, vector graphic, or PDF formats. If your school has a GIS program, in some ways, SimplyAnalytics is sort of like a GIS light, like there is a mapping component to it, but we're not like a sit down and spend 30 hours learning how to create a map program. So for those advanced users, you can actually even export the shape files. So you can recreate them in like ArcGIS and these more traditional mapping applications. But great question, and the answer is yes, absolutely.
Great, thanks, Juan. I see here that Joanne just joined. Joanne, do you want to hop on and get your 5 minutes?
Sure. Hold on.
Take it away. Go ahead and share your slides.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second here to acclimate myself. Hold on. Guess it's gonna have to be 2. And am I sharing?
I don't see it yet.
Okay, hold on. Sorry about this. I think we might have it now.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Well, good afternoon. My name is Joanne Hoff. I'm the Account and Relationship Manager for Ovid for the states of North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. And thank you for inviting me to the conference. We're very pleased to be supporters of this serials conference. And I just basically just took some highlights of what's new on Ovid that you all might be interested in. I was sensitive to the fact that there are many academic libraries attending the conference, not just medical colleges, but I'm thinking there's still some nursing programs and exercise science and psychology and other science-based disciplines on the call. So new journals, go right to some specifics here, brought over from Elsevier and Oxford starting January of 2022, Journal of American College of Surgeons and the Neurosurgery and Operative Neurosurgery are now available through Ovid. And we also have the American Diabetes Association and we have 12 Slack journals. New to the Ovid platform, over the past year or two, actually, our product strategy team has been doing some contextual inquiry with our customers across the country and the world, actually, learning how we can better improve the Ovid medical research platform. And they've been adding some additional improvements. And from you all as customers in our exchanges, search sharing has come up as something that you all would like to see more of, and we have launched that within the Ovid platform. So you now can email search strategies and searching results to those within your institution, and it's been received really well. And then Term Finder. So easy access to relevant definitions, controlled vocabulary terms and keywords as you construct your Ovid searches, from within the Ovid Advanced Search page. So for the real hardcore researchers, this has been received so that you can just stay on that same page as you're performing a search. And the other part of my presentation I thought that might be helpful is this call to diversity and inclusion in medical education across nursing, PA, OT, PT, allied health, and also medical schools. We're discovering that the call for diversity and inclusion content isn't quite meeting the content that's available, but I think all of the publishers are working to improve on that. I wanted to just highlight Bates Visual Guide. You might be familiar with it as a textbook, but there's also a database, Bates Visual Guide with videos to assist students to learn how to interact with patients. It's part of one of the exams that medical students and nurses have to undergo. And in March and April of this year, recently added were over about 27 videos that really highlight those intrapersonal and communication techniques, what we refer to as soft skills, and also the clinical encounters that have a strong focus on diversity and inclusion. This has been a real aha wow conversation when I'm interacting with librarians and nurse educators throughout North Carolina and the other states they interact with. So I wanted to highlight that. Please feel free to reach out to me if you want to see the videos. And there's also diversity and inclusion book collection that we, what's the word I'm looking for? We put together, there's a library word there, it just escaped me. One of our librarians received a grant for this specific content, and collection development, our internal librarian put together a collection of books. It's been, I guess I could even refer to it as a bestseller in the past year for us. If you're not familiar with our health libraries, there are collections of books on a platform, the Silverchair platform, that allow for students to access information on the one platform, and it allows professors to be able to share the information and the content within the books. There's 2 that were added last year, cardiology and pediatrics, and this year we're adding family medicine. And then I just wanted to highlight board prep for MDO, DO, and PA. I'm thinking you might all have some PA programs within your academic libraries, not just medical schools. And we are launching a new digital anatomy platform, BioDigital Human, and that is available through Ovid. It was available outside of Ovid, and they've partnered with us for IP authentication and also just to have another area to be able to share that human digital. One of the aspects of this that's been, we've been interested in, it was not created on gaming technology, which sounds great, gaming technology, but whenever we had to download anything, it took a lot of time. So this is downloads very quickly, and it's easy, all the content's very easily shareable. And another highlight that we recently put together for curriculum development in the health sciences space is a Lib Insights platform that helps professors teach students best practices for telehealth.
You're at 6 minutes, Joanne.
Okay. Done.
Oh, perfect. That was the next slide. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. How'd I do? I guess I timed myself pretty well.
Good timing.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. So I'm looking at our questions that Kate and I have been compiling, and it actually doesn't look like we have much.
Okay.
So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. Let me stop your sharing real quick, Joanne. There you go.
I thought I stopped it. Okay.
I got it. No worries. All right. So thank you all for coming, and a huge thanks and a big virtual round of applause for our sponsors. Thank you all so much. We couldn't do this without you. You keep this conference affordable for students and for small libraries, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. For everybody else, we're letting you go a few minutes early. Run over to the Sponsor Center in Hoover and take a look at the profiles. They've put a lot of work into them, and there's handouts and things and videos to see and links. So take a look. Thank you all very much. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks, Susan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan.